Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Midnight Energy. I'm me, M.E. And today I'm talking about my guides to clubbing in Korea. If you hear anybody talking in the background, if you hear baby noises, loud booms, I live with my family. That's why y'all need to subscribe. That way I can move out and then you won't hear people in the background. Guys, support a fellow black. I mean, damn. Come on now, guys. Come on now. Support a fellow black. Anyways, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Turn that bell notification to notify every time I post a video. And follow me on all my social medias. And let's get started. Okay, guys. So I'm back. So listen, guys. You're talking about, oh my god, I want to go clubbing in Korea, but I don't even know where to go, what to do. Like, I don't even know what to wear. Like, well, what's good? What's good? Like, what's good? So I'm going to tell you guys my guide to clubbing in Korea, from everything from top to bottom. Okay, this is my steps for clubbing in Korea. If you're gonna go for the first time ever, these are my suggestions. Emphasis on suggestions. Do what you want to do. I'm not responsible for you or your well-being, but these are my suggestions. First things first, step number one, you're going to HONGDAE. Yeah, you're going to HONGDAE. You're going to HONGDAE, period. I'm not even gonna add emphasis to that. That's where you're going. Actually, I am. HONGDAE to me is just like, that's where most of the foreigners be, in my opinion. Because when I went to Itaewon, there wasn't that many foreigners there, in my opinion. Especially if you're black and you're a person of color, like myself, you're gonna see a lot of other black people there. So it's gonna be like a mix of like a lot of Korean people, and then like it's gonna be just enough people of color that make you feel like you're not out of place. It'll be more comfortable for you to start off for your first like clubbing like situation. You know what I'm saying? Also, it was just fun. Like, it just slaps. It just hits. Like, it just hits. So that's number one. Number 2, 3, and 4 are about clothing items. Number 2 is shoes. Don't be walking up there with no flip-flops, no heels. Nigga, they got cobblestone. They have heels. My ankles would have went clack, clack, and I would have been on pavement, out, past, like, done. Like, if I wore some heels, I don't know. They got mad stairs going into and out of the clubs. They're tripping, dead tripping. So, if you care about your ankles and your well-being, no heels for you. If you care about your shoes and you really love your shoes, I would not recommend, you know, wearing your new Nikes or whatever the hell, Balenciagas. Like, if you are, be like very, like, at least not on the first night. Like, this is all a guide for the first night. After that, you kind of know what you want to do. You could do you. Clothing, wear something comfortable. Don't be wearing, girls, do not be wearing them skirts and dresses that be so short that you can't really dance without pulling it down all night. How you're not having fun if you're doing that. You're not. Girl, put in you some bomb cute, some jeans, some cute pants, like a cute skirt, maybe like a longer skirt, but maybe the one that have like the slits on both sides or something, so it can still be sexy. And that's what you want to do. Or like a really good dress that you really like. That dress hits, it slaps, like you're comfortable in that dress. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't be putting on stuff that you're gonna be uncomfortable with. You're gonna be pulling it, you're gonna be doing all this all night, all day, like all the time, and that's not cute. First of all, it's not cute, and 2, how are you really having fun if you're pulling on your stuff all the day? No. Run that. Next point. Point number 4. Point number 4 is a weird point. Passports and jackets and pockets and purses. Boom. I recommend side bags, fanny packs. I had a fanny pack. I bought a fanny pack with me, and then I bought a fanny pack when I was there. I wore a fanny pack. I wear it on my chest. I wear it on my hips, and then I also had a jacket that has pockets on the inside of the jacket. So I like stuff like that, because if you're a foreigner, you have to have your passport unless you're going there for school or something, and you get like an ID or whatever through that. You're gonna have to have your passport so they can validate how old you are. Now, I've read that your driver license works, so I would recommend taking your driver license with you if you have one. And then I didn't take my driver license with me to the country. That's why I didn't use mine, because I was like, oh, I might lose it. But I recommend taking your driver license and your passport, showing them driver license first. If you get in, then you're good. Then you know I don't need my passport. If you have problems getting in, then obviously you're gonna need to, like, you can pull your passport out and be like, oh, I got my passport. Someone even told my friend that, like, oh, you know, take a photo of your passport and just show it to him. But she tried it, and then he still wanted to see her real passport. So, you know, you're gonna have to test it out on the first night, or even the second night. But the passport for sure works, because that's, like, you know, obviously the ultimate, like, identification. Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? And don't lose your stuff, for the love of God. Lose your passport, you're gonna be stranded, bitch. I don't know what to tell you. You're gonna be stressed out. Do not lose that. Keep that on you, like, ooh, keep that on you like you keep your skin on you, okay? Do not lose that. Hold on tight with all your might. Okay guys, so rule number 5 is your asthma inhaler. If you have problems, respiratory issues in any way, shape, or form, breathing problems, whatever it's called, please, for the love of God, please bring an asthma inhaler. If you have that machine that we put the medication, you just, like, put it on for 30 minutes, bring that too. Like, goodness gracious, they be smoking so heavy. They smoke a lot. Smoke will get in your hair, it'll get in your clothes, like, it'll smell like smoke. You will be one with the smoke. So I recommend, if you have asthma, bring that. Also, a little star asterisk, very important point, if you do have any medical problems in general, just make sure that you look up like what to do if you have those type of problems while you're in Korea, how to call emergency numbers, like how to get in contact with your embassy or someone to help you to translate, or anything like that, just in case you do have any type of asthma like attack or issue, or that, or something like of that like matter, that you just know how to handle it and where to go, what to do, etc, etc, etc. Because you just want to make sure that you always, you know, prepare before you go anywhere. Even though clubbing is super fun, you know, you don't want anything bad to happen to yourself. Okay. Rule number 6 is, things are really dirty. It's a club, obviously. Bathrooms are going to be dirty too. So hand sanitizers, cleansing wipes, tissue for emergencies if they don't have any tissue, soap. All important things. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please keep your hands clean. We already went through a pandemic. Let's keep it clean. If the bathrooms are dirty, those are like your extra things. It also really do be stinking up in these clubs, so sometimes I would bring perfume with me and I would just in the air just so I could breathe a little bit, because some of these clubs be stinking extra hard, extra heavy, extra a lot. Okay, they just really be stinking. So just go ahead and bring those things, because very necessary, especially the hand sanitizer. Very necessary, very. Also, portable charger. If your phone dies really quickly and you are someone who like be on your phone all night, even if you're having fun, you're still on your phone, just in case, portable charger. I always brought mine. Rule number 7, leave at the latest possible time that you can to catch the regular bus or train. So the way the trains and buses work is that at 12 o'clock, around 12 o'clock, the last train comes. So I used to live, when I was there near Seoul Station, the last train was like 12:20 or something like that. Once the last train comes, trains don't start again until like 6 a.m. And then the buses still run in the nighttime, but not as frequently. So around that same time, or probably a little bit earlier, they switch over to the night buses. So the night buses come like every like 45 minutes, which is like kind of like regular buses here in like California. They come over like 45 minutes to an hour. So that's how fast like the night buses come, and there's not as many buses as there is during the daytime. So the best thing to do is to actually catch the bus or in train to get to Hongdae, depending on where you live at. Like the last bus, or the second to last train, second last bus, just in case you miss it. So that way you can get to Hongdae at like around 12:30, you know, 1, around that time, because that's like, it makes sense. I'll get to it. It makes sense. Rule number 8, Korea is safe, but it's not that safe. No matter what country you think is safe or not safe, every country is dangerous in some way, shape, or form. Not because it could just not be because the country itself. I apologize for the barking. It doesn't have to just be because the country itself, but it could just also be because of, it's just people are dangerous. Like, no matter where you go, some people are just crazy, some people are dangerous, some people are just bad people. So just make sure that you keep your head on the swivel, you be responsible, and don't just think just because you're in Korea and it's different from your home country that it's going to be safe, or you're going to be like safer because you're foreign or something like that, because that is not necessarily true, and you don't want to end up in some BS. Okay, so at the end of the day, if you don't speak Korean, don't get any fights with anybody. Don't be messing with people who, you know, like are like, you know what I'm saying, like don't be acting out, because at the end of the day, if you don't speak Korean, how are you gonna tell like the police officer, like, you know, what's real, you know what I'm saying, what's good? Like you can't defend yourself because you don't speak the language, and if you don't have anyone there to translate, then you might be out of luck, and they're more than likely to believe an actual Korean person over you as a foreigner, and you don't want to get deported, you don't want to get banned. So just be responsible and all the things. But I will say there was like certain groups of men that made me feel uncomfortable. I did mention in my previous video, so I'm not going to mention it again, but previous video here. Yeah, so just be aware. Keep your head in a swivel. Don't let anybody touch you inappropriately. You know what I'm saying? Keep it pushing, keep it moving. Be smart. Number 9, if it's brown, it's about to go down. Number 9 is check out my previous video. God damn it, this dog is barking a lot. Number 9 is check out my previous video. I talked about the clubs that I went to, the clubs that are safe for foreigners and black people especially, and plus size girls like me. But this one, number 9, is if you see brown people in line, black people like me, or people of color in line, it is more than likely safe for you to also get in line for a club. If you're scared of being denied from a club, if you see a bunch of green people in line and you hear EDM music, guess what? That club probably not for you. It's probably not for you. If you're walking down the street and someone comes up to you and they're a club promoter and they're trying to give you this card so that way you could like go to their club and you can get a free drink and all that stuff, guess what? That club's for you. They're coming to you because they want people who look like you to go into their club, or they don't have any type of vibe for their club. They're just chill, which is why I like more HONGDAE, because it's very casual. More than likely, if a club is hip-hop, they want foreigners there. More than likely. Also, I learned this when I went to Itaewon. There was a club that was listed on this like little group forum thing, like group page, as a club that was friendly for black people. But when I went to this club, I think it was called Badass or whatever, and it's in Itaewon, they didn't allow foreigners the night that we had went. So it could also be that certain nights they don't have foreigners, are not allowed, and certain nights foreigners are allowed. So, you know, I really didn't we only went to Itaewon once. I really didn't like it that much. I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it as much as HONGDAE. Hence why I always recommend HONGDAE as the number 1 club, clubbing area, because there's mad foreigners there. And it just feels safer and more comfortable. Rule number 10, go to multiple clubs. Don't just stay at one club. Go to a bunch of clubs. Experience the whole full nightlife experience. And a part of the experience is club hopping. You don't have to go to like all the clubs that are my list of clubs to go to, but at least go to like 2 or 3 clubs throughout the night. Stay there for a few hours each if you just really like them. But just give a few clubs a vibe, you know, like a taste. Because that's what like makes it even more fun. Get your stamps, collect your stamps. At the end of the night, you can be like, oh, look how many stamps I got. You know what I'm saying? Okay guys, so number 11 ties into the previous ones where I was talking about Korea being safe but not that safe. So I did a lot of things in Korea that I would never do here in like United States or in California, even in California, even in my neighborhood. I was walking to like McDonald's, to the liquor stores, to whatever, 2 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning, 4 a.m. in the morning, coming home from clubbing, doing whatever, going down to the store to get some ramen, going down to you know, to get some going down to McDonald's. That's all the way at the damn train station to get some chicken, some fried chicken. They had fried chicken. It was bomb too at the McDonald's. And some French fries and a drink like at the middle of the night. Like I would never ever do that, and I did that comfortably, not feeling like someone's about to come and shank me or shoot me. So, you know, Korea is safer in that sense, but still keep your head on the swivel. But at this point, this tip is people are going to offer you free drinks, and honestly you could genuinely skate by without buying drinks. If you're not a big drinker, you can kind of skate by without actually ever having to buy a lot of drinks and just getting free drinks and sips off of other people's drinks. My tip for this is though, if you do feel comfortable with people buying you drinks, and you do feel comfortable taking sips off of people's drinks, because they will offer you, a lot of Korean people are really nice in that way, and they're going to offer you some of their drinks. My tip is see them drink from the drink first, actually drink from it, because you don't want to get drugged or, you know, anything like that. Don't be doing this when you're by yourself. Do this when you're with a bunch of other people, so if anything happens to you, people are around to help you. And look at their mouths, see if they got any type of disease, sickness, ailments, whatever. Obviously the smartest thing to do is to not drink off of other people's stuff, because they're strangers and you don't know them. But at the end of the day, like, people make bad decisions, and if you're gonna make a bad decisions, at least try to do it in the most smartest way. That's the best I got. Rule number 12, have fun and meet new people. Guys, the most easiest way to make friends in Korea is actually with other foreigners. Koreans are not very much like, you know, where I'm from, people come up to you randomly, they'll talk to you, like they'll smile at you, they'll hold the door for you, they'll try to hold conversation with you in the elevator. Korea is not like that. They are very much to themselves. So you will have to be the most outgoing person to try to get to talk to Korean people if you want to make friends with Korean people. But the best way and the easiest way to make friends, especially while clubbing, is to make friends with other foreigners. I have heard some negative things about people who are in the army. I didn't really talk to anybody in the army, so I cannot tell you anything about that, but I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. But the best way to make friends, like I said, is to make friends with other foreigners. They will also help you learn about new clubs, new like food areas, and it's just so, because you're both in the same boat, so it's way easier to connect and talk to each other. So that's what I love. A lot of the friends that we made in Korea were, not a lot of, almost all the friends that we made while we were in Korea were all non-Korean people, which is crazy. Rule number 13 is make sure you go to the bathroom before you leave the club to go to the bus to go home. Use the bathroom. If you live really close, then you might be all right. If you're gonna live in HONGDAE, you should be all right. But if you're not gonna live in HONGDAE, then use the bathroom before you go. Just trust me on this one. Just use the bathroom. Be responsible, use the bathroom. Rule number 14, second to last rule, is, okay, I told you guys what time to leave for the club. Now I'm gonna tell you what time to leave the actual club to go home. The best time to leave the club to go home is around 6 a.m. Why? Because that's when the train starts running again, and that's also when the regular buses start to come back again, because people start to go to work. So if you live like far away, you have like a good distance to get back home, or you need the train because the train is the easiest way to get home, like, then just wait until 6 a.m. That's why I say go to club at like 12 at night, and then boom at 6. Some restaurants are still open at like around 12, so you can go to the club, you can go to a bar that serves food, or a restaurant, get something to eat, and then start clubbing if you don't want to club for like that many hours. But honestly, time passes by really fast and you don't even notice. Next thing you know, it's 6 a.m. So that's why I say wear comfortable shoes, wear comfortable clothes, like be comfortable, because if you're gonna go clubbing, the best time to leave is in the morning. You're gonna be with the people who going to work, but at the end of the day, like, you're gonna get home way faster than you would. It's gonna be so much easier on you. Trust me, trust me, trust me. So much easier on you. Now, if you do choose to go home at like 2 a.m. or whatever, you will have to take the night bus. I always recommend to go on Google Maps or Naver Maps or whatever and map like from your house or your apartment or your hotel or your Airbnb or whatever to HONGDAE, and then map back but when you map back, set it for the time that you would want to go back. So set it for 2 a.m. see what buses you have to take, set it for 3 a.m. set it for 6, like set it at different times so you can just really see. Because for example, we would catch the bus sometimes at 2, and when we catch the bus sometimes at 2 a.m. like we have to wait for the night bus, and the night bus takes like 45 minutes to come. And then when the night bus does come, it's super crowded because there's a bunch of other people who come from other clubbing areas, and we're all trying to get home at the same time because buses only coming every 45 minutes to an hour, versus like during the regular day they come in like every 10-15 minutes or 10-15-20 minutes. So you know, it's a big difference. Also, the buses are not going, there's not as many buses, so they're not going to as many areas. So we get dropped off and we have to walk like about a mile to get back to our house, like after we got dropped off at the bus. That was the closest it would get us. And the train also isn't running, so you know what I'm saying. One time I was jogging because we got dropped off, and I was like, man, we can hurry and get home, we just jog a little. I was obviously not in my right mind. I tripped, I fell, busted my thumb, ripped the skin off of it, and I laid there. And this white man ran by. He was like, oh, you need help? You don't have, you're going for your morning jog, your 2 a.m. jog. What are you going to help me with? You don't have a car, you can't get me home. I'm like, no sir, just let me lay here on the floor and think about my horrible decisions. I don't know why my ankles are not coordinated. They have a lot of cobblestone. It's really frustrating. So just number 15, which is my extra special rule, my last rule, is there is a pizza place. I'm not about to get into the story, just know there's a pizza place there. Go eat the pizza during the day, midday. Go to pizza like 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1, 2. Stay in HONGDAE for a few hours and see if your stomach hurts. Because what's going to happen is you're going to be clubbing one night, you're going to be hungry. So it'll be like 2 a.m. and you're going to see that pizza place open, and you're going to want to go get that pizza. And you're going to get that pizza. And about an hour later, you're going to have the bubble guts. And and there's going to be some problems and issues and some traumatic events that's going to happen to you. So I just recommend taste it first during the day when everything's open. When you can go to the mall, there's a mall in HONGDAE that's clean bathrooms. You can go there to the mall and let loose if things go wrong. If things go awry, there's an escape. There's an escape. Now, if you just want to take it to chance, talking about you got strong guts, I do too, but I'm not about to tell the story because when I think about it, it's still traumatic for me. I still have trauma from that. I'm still hurt from that situation. So I'm gonna leave that rest. But anyways, guys, that is my guide to clubbing in Korea. Please, let me know if it worked out for you. Please check out my other video. You know what I'm saying? But also, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, and follow my social medias, and turn on bell notifications so you're notified every time I post a video. It's been me, M.E. and I will talk to you guys later because I owe you guys another video that I said I was going to make. So